Hello friends and welcome back. So if you're anything like me, you've watched those 15-minute meals, celebrity cooking shows, Gordon Ramsay for one, and you've thought to yourself, how do they do it? They seem to prepare food like they were born to it. I mean, they probably were, that's why they're so good. But they prepare food at a speed that would make the flash blush. And I've always called bullshit. I've wondered how. But I've done some thinking and I think I've cracked it. Something I've always noticed is all their ingredients are prepared for them, laid out in front of them, as if little minions have gathered all the ingredients they might need and thrown them their way. So I've done just that. And today I'm going to be trying to keep up with Jamie Oliver. Now he's got this beautiful recipe for a beef stroganoff which takes, allegedly, 15 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I've got all my ingredients, I've defatted my steak, I have laid out my mushrooms, my pickles, my onions, although I haven't skinned the onions. I want to show you the best way to do that, but I've got just about everything prepared, and so I want to see if I can throw this all together and create a marvellous meal that lives up to Jamie's standards in just 15 minutes. And on top of that, to add a little bit of urgency to the matter, I've just come off the back of filming with Alex for a solid 3 hours or so for a beautiful baking video that she's filmed using Wish products, so keep an eye out for that, or go see it if you haven't already. Alex's channel I'm going to put down in the description below. But I am starving. I am really, really hungry, so I could definitely use a 15-minute meal to come through and save my life. So, without further ado, let's grab my phone over here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a little stopwatch timer. I'm going to hit start, and then it's just go time. And then when I've finished everything up, hopefully, we should see 15 minutes or less on that clock. So, ready? 3, 2, 1, we're live. So I've just got my computer here. I'm going to start with Jamie's video, see how he does it. Beautiful little intro, and I love how he's got everything laid out on this gorgeous wooden chopping boards. It looks good. It does look good. If mine turns out anything like Jamie's, I'm going to be super impressed, but I shouldn't waste too much time. What's first? Pickles. Alright, pickles. And he's got his food processor. I've got the same thing too. His pickles are just a little bit bigger than mine, which, it's not a competition. It's not about the size of the pickle. It's all about the quality. To compensate, I'm going to use more pickles than he has. So he just says a good handful. I'm just going to grab all these pickles here, toss them down into this food processor. Have I plugged it in? I have. And he just buzzes it through, just a good little buzzing. Boom. Get yourself a food processor. If you can chop things that quickly, that's how you get these meals done in 15 minutes. Next up, I think he uses the onions.
The lovely gherkin. And the onions.
And the onions. Brilliant. 2 of those. So, best way to get rid of the skin on an onion, just chop off that bottom there, boom, chop off that top, boom, and then go around both sides, right? Grab the next layer down, so you lose a little bit of the onion this way, but it's just a hell of a lot easier. Onion, done. Right, so now I've got 2 skinless onions. I can just grab my food processor. That saved me so much time. Taking this all apart, now what do we do with it? Jamie, tell me.
Rattle it through. Nice.
Yep, done that. Nice.
Take some of this.
Oh, it's already in a bowl. Sorry, I'm a step behind it. It's already in a bowl. Jamie's gone ahead of me. Alright, so cool. Pop that into a bowl. Pickles, onions, ginger, what?
Mustard seeds, a little pinch of salt, and add to this
You
a
want me
little
to put in
parsley,
there?
finely sliced stalks.
Oh, hold on, slow down, Jamie, slow down. Alright, so he's added some of his pickle juice. Gonna grab some salt. And then he started chopping up some parsley. Now, he said a small bunch. I get the feeling that my bunch is a lot bigger than his. So he outdid me in the gherkins, but I'm outdoing him in the parsley. So I'm gonna grab half of this bunch and just chop off the very ends where it's all like dried and dead. And then just start from the good stuff and just nice up the stems. Pretty rough. I don't think he was taking too much concern with how it all turned out. I'll tell you what, this is where most of the time gets taken up in the kitchen. If not for that food processor, I would still be chopping up those onions and gherkins. In with my gherkins and onion. Now what, Jamie?
They're sweet, they're crunchy. And then just make a point of dressing it.
I'm making
It's
a
going to
point.
be joyful.
I'm dressing it,
300 grams
and I'm
of mixed
feeling
mushrooms
joyful.
in
Thank you,
here.
Jamie. His onions worked out so much better than mine. I think I didn't go thin enough on the onions. The gherkins were fine, but I possibly should have made the onions a little bit thinner through the food processor. But, that's alright, that's alright. I'm working with what I've got. That's why it's not working out properly. Maybe a bit more juice. A bit more gherkin juice. Alright, so I'm guessing I'm going to put this bowl aside.
You can tear them, quarter them.
Oh, he's already cooking the mushrooms. Oh my god. So I've got these mushrooms already pre-prepared. I washed those. So it looks like he's got some oil in a pan and he just loosely chops those mushrooms. So follow me. So I'm just using a rice bran oil. Jamie did use olive oil, but I do prefer rice bran oil because I think I read somewhere the flash point is a little bit higher, so it's better for cooking with at higher temperatures. That could just be hearsay and old wives' tales, no idea, but I heard it and I'm going with it. So as per Jamie, I'm roughly chopping these mushrooms. Some of them are getting halved, some of them are getting quartered. Really doesn't matter. Plus, it makes it better for me because I kind of don't like mushrooms that much. I'm okay with the flavour, but I'm going to prefer to remove these as I eat it. So Jamie says give it a nice little tossing motion. So it's like a full body movement. You just got to toss those mushrooms everywhere. Jamie, you've led me astray. You know what? I'm just gonna let them sit there. Jamie's lied to me. Don't ever take advice from a head chef.
You can tear them.
So while the mushrooms are cooking, what else does he do? He tosses the mushrooms. He's got his full body motion going.
And it all looks different. Start with a little salt.
Oh, a little salt. I missed some of that. So
just toss in motion here.
tossing. Yep.
2 to 4 cloves of garlic.
Oh, garlic straight in there. So I'm going to grab that. So with your garlic, he's used about 3 cloves. So, tip for everyone out there, you want to get the skin off your garlic, you give it a nice little thump, and then cut off one end, because he said put it in with his skin on. No, thank you, Jamie, I want my skin off my garlic. A nice little garlic press. I'm just going to put all my garlic pieces into that press right now. 1, 2... And I don't have space for the third, so it's going to have to just travel with me. That's alright. Oh no, I can stick you down the side there. Brilliant. So let's go squeeze this in. Toss through. You know what, maybe if you don't do it quite so energetically, there's something to it. So, I don't know. It's growing on me, the whole toss. Now he's grabbed a whole handful of my pickle mix. Okay, I'm sprinkling that in too, but he's only grabbed 2/3 of it, so I'm guessing I do something special with the last third. So let me just grab some of that. And he also said squeeze the juice out of it, so I imagine that's for like a nice little cocktail later on. So, you know, grab a nice 2/3, give it a good squeeze. Now I probably shouldn't be transporting it across the kitchen, but I'm going to do it anyway. Now imagine while that's cooking, I should probably be moving on to other things. So I'm going to give that a moment back there behind me.
Regular 200 gram sirloins.
And pull out my steaks. Now he's using sirloin, but I'm only using rump because I'm cheap like that. But a nice little pro tip, I noticed this down in the description, it says cut the fat off beforehand. Now that's obviously how he saved himself a lot of time. So I've already removed the fat off of these steaks. I'm just going to stack them one on top of another and then just go through cutting them into centimetre slices like Jamie did. God, I wish I had to sharpen this knife better. I'll tell you what, these celebrity chefs, they earn their money because, you know, I've already injured myself. I have definitely cut my thumb. I don't know if any of you noticed that between cuts, but that happened because you're just having to move so quickly. I'm sure I'm already falling behind schedule, truth be told. You know, imagine the digits I'd be losing if I had Gordon Ramsay yelling in my ear right now. I would not be able to keep it together. Alright, so I've got my meat cut. Now what?
I hit up this board.
Yep.
With seasoning.
Seasoning.
Salt,
more salt. Salt up that stack. Grab some pepper. I do like myself some pepper, so I'm going to put a fair bit on there.
Very important.
Pepper.
And about heaped teaspoon of sweet paprika. Interesting.
A heaped teaspoon of sweet paprika, but obviously he is just shaking that thing all over. So I'm just gonna shake it like him, like I don't know how much. It just keeps going. Don't stop. Wow. I think I put too much, but that's all right. I think what sticks to the meat is what stays on the meat. Alright, so he just massages that through the meat. Not bad. Excellent. So my meat is completely covered in the sweet paprika, salt and pepper mixture. But I'm going to go wash my hands now.
For a little moment in time, I'm just going to get rid of these mushrooms.
Alright, so Jamie's getting rid of the mushrooms. What I think I'm just going to do is I'm going to remove the mushrooms from the heat and then put my larger pan on that heat because I don't really have a bowl to put them in, truth be told, so I'm gonna go do that. Right, so I've just got that pan heating up with oil. How much time do I have left? Oh boy, all right, 15 minutes, 3 seconds. I have made it halfway through this recipe, and we're already at the 15-minute mark. This is abysmal. But we're gonna soldier on, see how it goes. Can you imagine that? Doing that in 15 minutes.
You literally did that as fast as you possibly could.
Yeah, I know. Alex agrees. I've done this as fast as I physically could. You know, I've cut myself, I've got oil on my pants, and the meat's not even cooking, so I should probably get to that. I forgot that little bit of meat.
Dust it like Thanos.
Dust it like Thanos. Let me just... Dust it like Thanos? No, I don't want it to disappear. I want to eat it. Got all my meat there. My pan's probably heated up, so let's get this in the pan.
Get rid of these mushrooms.
Mushrooms away. Yep, done that.
Okay. So we go back into the pan with olive oil.
Back in the pan with oil. Done.
We start distributing the steak.
I've distributed the steak as best as I could. By distributing, I mean dumped it and then shook it a little. But that's about the same thing in my opinion.
We're going to turn the steak over. As I turn the steak over, look how beautiful. You know, you can really sear the steak instead of boil it. Exactly. And then we go in with a good swig of brandy. Good
swig of brandy. I got that prepared. So I've got this here, the black bottle brandy. As you can see, it's a little bit well loved. I wanted to see what brandy tasted like, so I did help myself do a little bit of that. Looking nice and seared. Next thing we want to do is add a good swig of this brandy. I don't know what a good swig is, besides, you know, that's probably about a good swig, yeah? Got that. Now he says the flame.
That's the scariest thing I've ever seen.
That was a bit too much flame. So I'm going to put that back, but that's nicely reduced at all. So
how are you not shaking in your boots?
Well, look, his flame was a lot smaller than mine, so
that was terrifying.
I was not anticipating that much of a flame, but what's that's done? That's removed basically all the alcohol, so now we've just got the flavours of brandy, and look how that has turned that sauce into like this nice caramelly sort of sauce. That's fantastic. That's the most fun I've had all day. I tell you what, my heart's going about 1,000,000 miles an hour. You wouldn't know it because I'm trying to keep my composure, but goddamn, I could faint on the spot if it wasn't for the fact that I'm holding a pan and I've got a time limit. So now that that's dropped down, apparently we put this back into the pan. Now since my pan's getting so full, I think I'm going to start stirring. Nothing sus going on here. I didn't almost set fire to the apartment. Don't worry, Dan. The apartment's still here. I promise, nothing's going wrong. Not today.
You don't have to set light to it. It just burns.
Oh, he says now, you don't have to set a light to it. It just burns off the alcohol. Well, Jamie, I set light to it. Almost died. But at least my meal's going to taste spectacular. Or, sorry, joyful.
It's away the alcohol anyway. As soon as that subsides, we go back in with the mushrooms.
Yep, back in with mushrooms.
Yogurt.
Yogurt. So I've prepared my yogurt here. I've got this beautiful little ramekin. I think I bought somewhere in the realm of 200 grams of yogurt. No, 4 heaped tablespoons is what that was.
Please stop calling it yogurt.
No, Jamie's called it yogurt, so I need to call it yogurt. The same way he called it brandy, the same way he called it flat leaf parsley instead of continental parsley. Like, you know, it's all the same these days. Stir that through. After the yogurt,
4 tablespoons, right? I want to put a little bit of milk.
Excellent. All right, so he's got a little bit of milk. So I prepared some milk earlier. But that wasn't for the cooking. Anywhere they say you can use milk, you should probably just use cream. Tastes better, more fat, more enjoyable, more calories. That's just me being me. If you want to use milk, that's completely fine. He actually specified skimmed milk in his description, but I'm going to go for cream. I'm stepping outside the bounds. I'm doing something a bit different, Jamie, but this is more my speed. Alright, so that cream's never getting used again because I just dropped the entire thing into the pan. So that's alright, I'm just going to give this a little bit of a swirl around now.
Of milk. At this stage, we let that just boil for that short amount of time.
Boil.
I'm going to get myself a little platter for a beef stroganoff.
Right, rice. Where's the rice? He has not mentioned rice up until this point, and his rice is already done. I'm sorry guys, we're having this with dry rice. Now, since I'm not an absolute dingus, I assume that there must have been some rice, so I did get this one going a little bit earlier. You don't necessarily need a strainer, you just got to hold the lid exactly right, and you can get all of that water out of there without the need of a strainer. Like, honestly, like, I don't really know what could possibly... Nothing went wrong. You didn't see that. It's completely safe, I swear. So I've got my rice here, I'm just going to put this onto a plate, and then I think we can serve the beef stroganoff. Now, his was a lot more dry than mine. I think I have royally stuffed up something, possibly when I dropped all of the cream in. That might have done it. So, it's going to be a bit moist today. So just get a nice serving of your rice there. Thank you, Jamie, for telling me about that in advance. Would have loved the heads up. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm assuming he's just thinking along the lines of it's rice. If I need to tell you how to cook rice, you shouldn't be watching this show. And here is our beef stroganoff. Now, since his one was drier than mine, he could have easily just scooped it out. I'm going to use this sort of salad server because I don't want to be getting all of that juice. There's just a little bit too much juice in there for me. And I get a sneaking suspicion this is where the last third of the fresh stuff comes in.
Rice. Seriously, off the chart flavour.
Yep, there we go. So, now that he's served, he puts the last of this sort of over the top. Jamie does love mixing that sort of, you know, cooked with fresh sort of deal. So there's some fresh stuff all on top of there. That's a bit too much onion. Let's remove some of that onion. There you go. That looks nice and happy. And there you go. Time! What is it? What is it? 26 minutes and 50 seconds, almost 30 minutes. Now that was about as fast as I could have possibly done this meal. And I also think because of the speed, it's not as good as it could be. Too much cream, possibly too much brandy, too many flames. That could have ended very, very differently. You know, if luck hadn't been on my side, this video may have just ended with, you know, me outside saying, so the fire department came and had to save this building. Fortunately not. Now is time for the all-important taste test. How did I do? Because there is too much liquid left in that pan, but that doesn't necessarily mean this is a complete and utter failure. So let me go grab a fork. How's Jamie done? Jamie, have you led me astray? Alright, let's see. Damn, that is actually delicious. Like, I could not fault this recipe if I tried. Here you go. Yep, hold on, Alex, hold on.
No, I want to
Okay, skewer some onion, some pickle, and beef.
Okay,
Skewer it all.
being very precise here, so we need the pickle.
We need pickle.
We need the onion.
Double up on the pickle. You can't get
Double
enough
up
pickle.
on the pickle.
Double up on the
Okay,
pickle.
double the pickle.
Double the pickle.
Some onion.
Some onion. And
Double
some
the
beef.
onion.
Double the onion, and then
And beef.
Then beef.
Do I need rice?
Not necessarily. Rice is just, you know. How's it flavor? Oh, you could have got a mushroom too. Like, I passed on the mushroom, but Alex could go for the mushroom. Oh, too much. Here, have some milk.
Very nice.
All Alex is saying is, very nice. She's not giving it as glowing a review as me, but I would eat that, absolutely. And I'm going to, because I cannot stress this enough. I'm so hungry after filming Alex, and now me. I'm done. This is dinner time for me. But before I get to my dinner, I should pay you guys farewell. So that was me attempting to keep up with Jamie Oliver. He says 15-minute meals. I can tell you that this is 26 and a half minutes, and that is me going as fast as I possibly can. I think maybe if I practice this meal a couple more times and was able to just do it without having to watch a tutorial, and maybe also if I wasn't filming at the same time and worrying about a camera, I could possibly do it a little bit faster, but honestly, 20 minutes would be a dead minimum for me, and that's also anticipating the fact that I'd need rice and getting the rice going before I've even started doing the rest of the meal. 15-minute meals, it's a beautiful concept, but for most people, I don't know if that's really going to be the case. But I hope you've enjoyed coming along with me, watching me cut myself, almost burn down my apartment, and end up with a plate of semi-passable beef stroganoff. Maybe I've inspired you. You can go home and, well, you're probably already home. You can go and do this yourself. Grab the recipe online. Jamie's 15-minute meals tutorial is a fantastic thing to see on YouTube. I think he's got a couple of other recipes as well. I would highly recommend it if you want to get into cooking, fast and quick, easy meal. But that's about it for me. I am gonna go eat this because I keep saying this. I'm starving. So thank you so much for joining me along for this particular ride. Feel free to leave a like and hit subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and make sure that bell notification is on so you can see the next one when it comes out. Until then, bye!